Hey y'all, welcome back. Thanks for joining along on another video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Shannon and we are on our way to our 5-acre farm. While we wait, we are currently living full-time in our 36-foot travel trailer. So I'm taking advantage of the time that we have while we're here to share some tips and tricks along the way to help show you how we manage to live tiny. So today's video is going to be 5 tips on how to downsize so that you can live full-time in your RV. Now these 5 tips are our personal tips, what we did, which worked for us. So it might not work for everybody, but it did work for us, so hopefully it will work for you. I tried to come up with 5 good ones so that we could stay with our 5 theme since we have our 5-acre farm. And so I'm just gonna dive right into it. The first thing that we did to start getting ready to live full-time in our RV was we packed our clothes like we were going on vacation for 2 weeks. So what I did was I had everybody get their suitcases out, and I said for the next 2 weeks when we do laundry, don't put your clothes away, put them in the suitcase. The idea behind this is that we would only pack and bring what we're actually going to wear. And then once we got all of the clothes into the camper, if we had any space left over, then it was like, okay, now you can bring a little bit more of this, you can bring a little bit more of that. And then I also had everybody pack a small box of just a few things for winter clothes. We live in Florida, so it doesn't tend to get cold very long, very often. So I felt like just a few things and a nice jacket or sweater was gonna suffice. So that's what we did for our clothes. The second thing that I would recommend would be for your kitchen. Kind of the same thing is to find a spot and use what you use and then put it to the side so that you can see what you actually use and what you don't use. Because I'm sure we're not the only ones that had a kitchen full of dishes that I could have sworn we needed and we used all the time. Just to find out, really we only used one small little pan, one large family size pan, and our pot. That was it. So go ahead and for a week, whatever you cook in a week, take those dishes and put them to the side. Once you have the chance to move those items into your kitchen, if you have space left over, then you can go back and say, well, sometimes we use this, so I think we want to use that, like keep that with us. But make sure you keep the necessities, but don't fill all of your spaces completely. That's going to be my number 5. The third thing that I would recommend is to invest in travel-sized items where possible. For example, we traded our full-size ironing board in for this really neat little collapsible fold-up ironing board that we slide at the foot of our bed and we keep our iron there. We also have this collapsible high chair that folds down into almost nothing and fits into a small space. You can also buy travel size kitchen gear and things like that that are collapsible and fold up if you find yourself struggling with space. But we found we were able to bring pretty much everything that we needed to bring with us. The fourth thing would be to optimize storage by taking advantage of all of the little nooks in your camper. So I talked about our collapsible high chair. You can see here where our collapsible high chair actually fits into this little tiny space with our dinner trays that otherwise would just be an empty space that we wouldn't be able to use. And then if you look in our bedroom, you will see that the space next to our bed here, we put Sterilite drawers, which expanded the amount of space that we had to put clothes. So there's a lot of neat ways and a lot of creative things that you can do to take advantage of small spaces in your home. And then the 5th thing I already kind of tapped on and mentioned a little bit, and that was don't fill up all of your spaces in the beginning, because you want to make sure you leave yourself room to grow into your 5-acre farm. So camper, your travel trailer, your fifth wheel, your tiny house, whatever it is that you're doing that you're downsizing, you want to make sure that you have room to grow in it. If you bring all of this stuff in and you just fit as much stuff as you can possibly fit all at once, then you don't have any room to grow. So if you forgot something, or if you find you need something else, you won't have anywhere to put it. And most people that are living in a tiny space, they have a rule: one in, one out, which means every time you bring something in, you're supposed to take something out. So you don't want to have to start off your journey by automatically eliminating things or overpacking your camper. In the kitchen, I did 2 steps. I first picked all of the stuff that I knew we had to have, and then I went back and I said, okay, what can I fit without overcrowding everything? And that worked out really great for us. And that's it. My 5 steps to downsizing so you can live in an RV or a camper or tiny home. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you can catch the next video coming. And I want to say thank you for joining, and I hope that you're having a very blessed day.